Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla, here to talk to you today about the Sena FreeWire. You should be investigating a Sena FreeWire if you're finally trying to cut the cord. These things are being made really for two different motorcycles, Harley Electric Glides as well as Honda Gold Wing, specifically because those are bikes with intercom systems built into them. Installation on these, I'm going to call a one bearder on our BSD, our beard scale of difficulty. There's really not much wrenching going on here. You got to plug in some cords and pretty much call it a day. There's a little bit of work you have to do as far as mounting, but it's not difficult. We'll cover that in just a little bit. So let's kind of talk about what the Sena FreeWire is, what it's going to do for you. The Sena FreeWire, as you can see here, is a small unit, and what this is going to do is interface between you and your motorcycle, especially if you like using your factory wired intercom system where you like using your CB. You know that if you're going to use your factory setup, regardless of whether it's from Harley or from Honda, you are going to have to plug in at some point. Kind of a pain, especially if you get on and off the bike frequently. You're now tethered to your motorcycle. That kind of stinks. So what these units are going to do is interface between the bike and you. You're going to install one of these permanently onto your motorcycle if you choose, or perhaps pop it on and off. You're going to leave that on the motorcycle. All of your plugs are going to plug into this unit. This unit then is going to talk then to your separate comm system unit from Sena, so you don't have to have a wire in between there. Now the joy here is this is going to let you use all of the features of your bike, everything from your infotainment system. So if you've got GPS built into your bike, you're going to be able to hear your GPS. You're also going to be able to hear your tunes. So if you've got music playing on the bike, that's also going to come through your comm system. The other thing it's going to let you do, this is the big difference from the previous product, the SM10, it's going to allow you to use your CB. Now I know to some of you that might sound a little bit crazy, but the CB is a nice way to communicate with people. Sometimes when you're out of range with your comm unit, you can still get somebody by CB radio. So really, when you've got one of these plugged into your bike, you really can finally cut the cord. The SM10, great product. However, if you were using your CB, unfortunately, you did still have to be tethered to the motorcycle. This truly does let you go full wireless. So when we're talking about the installation here, very, very simple. Really, you can see on here, we've got a couple different spots. You're going to plug in the associated cords. Very simple because these things are all different shapes. Just about anybody should be able to get those things, plugged in, ready to rock and roll. And then the other thing you're going to have to worry about too is just the mounting. So mounting items are actually included with this puppy. You can see we've got a rubber handlebar mount, and that'll just, quickly go over your handlebars, give you a spot to clip in here. Now, if you're looking for something just a little bit more permanent, they do include an adhesive mount that will clip in, so you can actually pop this puppy on there. Now, I'd mentioned something about this being sort of a permanent installation. If you'd like, you can actually leave this thing on your bike. It will power up and down with power going to the motorcycle. So if you do want to install this thing and kind of just leave it on the bike in the garage, they are weatherproof, so you should be pretty well set to rock and roll if you elect to leave this thing on your bike more permanently. Now, I haven't actually rocked one of these myself. The reason is I don't usually use a comm system. However, the idea is fantastic, and if I had a comm system as well as a bike with an infotainment setup, I'd be really interested in being able to use that thing without being physically tied to my motorcycle. Don't take my word for it, however. Click that info button, read what some other riders who are rocking a FreeWire system on their bike have to say about it. If you need a little bit more individualized help too, don't be afraid to get in touch with one of our gear geeks. 877-792-9455 will get you somebody by phone. Of course, you can always drop us an email too if that's more convenient for you. cs@revzilla.com. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.